Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We're back with building a mobile base, Hovercraft, quote unquote, Mothercraft, and let's get started. Alright, so quickly at a glance, this is what we got so far going on in this time lapse that you'll see in a few seconds. First up is upgrading the skimmer slash rover here with the suspension wheels on the wrong way around, just to skim across the desert of Pertam. I added a few things such as a hydrogen engine, some hydrogen tanks, because we're pounding this thing with ice a little bit for the time being. And of course, in order to find ore or deeper ore, we enlist the help of a large ore detector right over here. So this thing will help us find platinum, gold, and silver that's a little bit deeper than when you can find with a small ore detector. So had to attach it into an advanced rotor with a big head or large head right here into a hinge 3x3 and connect it with some magnetic plates down here. There's 3 of them. I try to get as perfectly down the middle as possible. I think I got it slightly off maybe, but it looks good. This thing's powered by a battery with an O2 H2 generator and a hydrogen engine as well on this little hinge here, just to power it up. I had to put the hinge on the ore detector itself just so that it's connected as a subgrid to power it up. So it's all separated in a way, and this thing has loose rotor and a loose hinge here for bouncy purposes. Not the best thing in the world, but this thing works out pretty well as is right now. And I got stuck somehow, so I put on steering so I can get it unstuck. And one quick tip I was told, if we put the wheels at, let's say, 0.5, it still glides pretty well and it takes less to stop. So that would be somewhat helpful to reserve on energy, I think. Alright, other than that, we have our floor plan all set up right over here. So with the help of what we enlisted, build and repair, added 3 of them to get as much steel plates welded onto this floor plan of a ship, which will be more and more of a hovercraft at the same time. So that's the floor plan. It might not stay the same shape, but this is the idea I had in mind, and I've been playing around with the front, which is the bridge, with these new windows here, the bridge windows, and this one's looking decent. Have it sticking out kind of towards the middle. I could stick it out a little bit more in front a bit, but we'll leave it as that for now. And right now, it's because we don't have gold and silver, we can't make the hover engines. We're gonna stick on some 3x3 wheel suspensions for the time being. And of course, everything else down here is got to move onto the platform once I get the wheels up and running. And of course, I got a little bit too ambitious because we were lacking a lot of iron, which we were gathering mostly from here. You see here's a pretty big hole that we dug up in recent times where you saw a lot of iron down the sides. So we have now gotten most of the iron out of the sides with this whole drilling system. So this drilling system is actually controlled by this custom turret controller as well, with this helm over here, which is a weird seating position. But as you see right over here, hitting action number 1, I am now in control of this thing, going left, right, up, and down, as you see right there. And of course, with the camera, we'll make it a little bit easier to see. But of course, using a camera panning mod makes it a lot easier to move this thing. Without the camera mod, you'll be stuck looking at this, which is nothing. So of course, panning it down a little bit will be a little bit more helpful. Get into our controls so we can move it left and right, and we can easily gather our iron from here, which makes it a lot easier and a lot better to get what we need. Alright, so that all works out. So next up, we're gonna have to move all this into the ship somehow. So hope you guys enjoy the time lapse right now.
How it's supposed to feel.